Never call out a narcissist. God says do this instead. Hello there. Have you ever had that moment of profound frustration where you just want to scream, to shout from the rooftops, "You are a narcissist. This is what you're doing to me." You've probably spent countless hours trying to explain your feelings, to get them to see their own behavior, to just get them to understand. You've presented them with evidence, with facts, with your own profound pain, and yet they seem to completely brush it off. It can feel like you're talking to a brick wall, or worse, that you're talking to a person who is deliberately twisting your words and your reality to make you feel crazy. And in those moments of profound frustration, you might think to yourself, I just need to call them out. I just need to say the words and make them see. But what if I told you that calling out a narcissist is one of the most futile and dangerous things you can do? What if I told you that there is a different way, a more peaceful way, a more powerful way? The title of this video is Never Call Out a Narcissist. God says do this instead. Now, I want to be very clear. When we talk about this, we are not talking about a specific religious doctrine. We are talking about a universal principle of wisdom, a higher truth, a psychological and spiritual law that says that you cannot change a person who is pathologically unable to change. The true path to peace and healing is not to change them, but to change your own response to them. It is to surrender the need for them to see your truth and to embrace a new, more powerful reality where you are the one who is in control of your own peace. In this deep and enlightening discussion, we're going to explore why calling out a narcissist is a trap and what a more effective, psychologically sound, and spiritually aligned path is. We'll get into the mind of the narcissist to understand why they can't and won't ever hear you, and we'll break down the powerful and liberating actions you can take instead. This is not about letting them win, it's about winning your own freedom. Welcome back, you courageous, healing soul. The journey to understanding a narcissist's mind is a powerful one, and it is a journey that can give you a profound sense of peace. So, let's get into the specifics of this devastating moment. Please remember to hit that like button if you find this helpful, share this video with someone who needs this message, and subscribe to our channel to join our community. Your support means the world. Let's begin with the first and most important reason why calling out a narcissist is a waste of your precious time and energy. The futility of calling out a narcissist. When you try to call out a narcissist, you are essentially trying to have a mature adult conversation with a person who is pathologically unable to have one. You are trying to use logic, facts, and emotional appeals to get them to see a reality that their entire psychological existence is built on denying. From a psychological perspective, a narcissist has a fragile and a profoundly damaged sense of self. Their ego is built on the belief that they are a perfect, flawless person. Any form of criticism, any form of disagreement, and any form of accountability would be a direct contradiction to this belief, and it would cause them to experience a profound and terrifying sense of shame and worthlessness. So, to protect their fragile ego, they have a powerful set of defense mechanisms that they will immediately deploy. They will deny your reality, gaslight you into believing you're crazy, and they will project their own flaws onto you. When you try to call them out, you are not talking to a person. You are talking to a defense mechanism. You are trying to talk to a person who is pathologically unable to hear you, and that is a battle you can never ever win. It will only serve to escalate their abuse and to make you feel even more crazy and more powerless. 2. The power of radical acceptance. So if you can't change them, what do you do instead? The first and most powerful thing you can do is to embrace a philosophy of radical acceptance. This is not about condoning their behavior. It is about accepting the reality that they are a narcissist and that they will never ever change. It is about letting go of the profound and painful hope that they will one day wake up and see the light. Psychologically, radical acceptance is a profound act of self-love. It is a moment where you stop trying to change an unchangeable situation and you start to focus on yourself. It is a moment where you stop trying to convince them of your truth and you start to trust your own truth. This acceptance is the first step toward your own freedom. It is a moment where you stop trying to get them to see your reality, and you start to create a new reality for yourself. This radical acceptance is the first and most powerful thing you can do to reclaim your own peace. It is the beginning of a profound journey of healing where you stop being a victim and you start being a survivor. 3. The practice of radical detachment. After you have accepted their reality, the next step is to embrace the practice of radical detachment. This is not about becoming cold or uncaring. It is about detaching from their emotional manipulation, their games, and their drama. It is about creating a profound emotional wall between you and them, a wall that their manipulation cannot break through. From a psychological perspective, a narcissist's power comes from their ability to control your emotions. Your emotions, your reactions, and your attention are their lifeblood. Radical detachment is a profound act of self-preservation. It is a moment where you stop reacting to their drama, you stop getting upset by their lies, and you stop getting emotionally invested in their games. You simply watch them from a safe, emotional distance, as if you are a scientist observing a specimen. You are not thinking, "Why are they doing this to me?" You are thinking, "I wonder what they're trying to get a reaction from me for now." This detachment is the key to your own freedom. It is a moment where you stop being a victim of their drama and you start being a spectator. It is a moment where you reclaim your own emotional peace. 4. The art of gray rock. After you have embraced radical detachment, the next step is to learn the art of gray rock. Gray rock is a powerful communication technique where you become as emotionally and verbally uninteresting to a narcissist as a gray rock. You will give them short, boring, and factual answers that give them no emotional supply. From a psychological perspective, gray rock is a profound and powerful way to starve a narcissist of their supply. A narcissist thrives on drama, on your reactions, and on the knowledge that they have the power to make you feel something. When you become a gray rock, you give them nothing. You give them no emotional supply, no drama, and no attention. This is a profound and powerful act of self-preservation. It is a moment where you stop being a victim of their games and you start being a person who is completely uninteresting to them. They will eventually get bored and they will move on, and that is the key to your own freedom. Gray rock is not about being a bad person. It is about being a person who is no longer a source of supply for a narcissist. 5. The power of no contact. After you have embraced radical acceptance, radical detachment, and the art of gray rock, the ultimate act of self-love and the most effective way to protect yourself is to go no contact. No contact means that you have no communication with the narcissist whatsoever. No texts, no calls, no emails, and no social media. You have completely erased them from your life. From a psychological perspective, no contact is the ultimate act of self-preservation. It is a moment where you stop trying to convince them of your truth and you start to live your own truth. It is a moment where you stop trying to change an unchangeable situation and you start to change your own life. This is the only way to truly heal from narcissistic abuse. It is a moment where you stop being a victim and you start being a survivor. This is the key to your own freedom. It is a moment where you reclaim your own peace, your own sanity, and your own life. 6. Focusing on your own healing. After you have gone no contact, the most powerful and important thing you can do is to focus on your own healing. You have been through a profound psychological trauma, and you need to give yourself the time, the space, and the compassion to heal. You need to reconnect with your own emotions, your own desires, and your own authentic self. From a psychological perspective, narcissistic abuse is a form of trauma, and it is something that needs to be healed. You need to give yourself permission to feel your own pain, to process your own anger, and to grieve for the person you were before the abuse. You need to reconnect with your own passions, your own desires, and your own authentic self. This is the key to your own freedom. It is a moment where you stop being a victim of their trauma and you start being a survivor of your own healing journey. This is the most powerful thing you can do to reclaim your own peace and to create a new life for yourself. 7. Understanding divine justice. The title of this article, Never Call Out a Narcissist, God Says Do This Instead, is meant to guide us, but it's crucial to understand its true meaning. When we use the term God says, we are not referring to a specific religious doctrine or a rigid set of rules. Instead, we're invoking a universal principle of wisdom, a psychological and spiritual law that operates independent of any specific faith. This law reveals a fundamental truth. A narcissist's own pathology is in itself their ultimate punishment. They are perpetually trapped within a profound and terrifying internal chaos, a deep-seated emptiness, and an overwhelming sense of self-hatred from which they can never, ever truly escape. This is a crucial realization because it means you do not need to be the one to punish them, to seek justice, or to make them feel bad. They are already living their own, inescapable punishment every single day. From a psychological perspective, a narcissist's deepest and most consuming fear is being exposed as the empty, insecure, and ultimately worthless person they are inside. This fear drives their every action and fuels their manipulative behavior. As a result, they are forever locked in a state of profound and terrifying internal chaos, battling a deep-seated shame and a self-hatred that they can never, ever escape. In this context, your own healing and your own peace become a living, breathing testament to their own profound weakness. Your ability to move on and find happiness without them is not a sign of your flawlessness, but a powerful reflection of their own brokenness. You are not a person who is simply hated. You are a person who has become a direct threat to a disordered mind, an embodiment of the truth they work so hard to suppress. You are a person who saw the truth, who stood up for yourself with dignity, and who had the courage to walk away. And that, in and of itself, is a truly powerful and beautiful thing. 8. Rebuilding your life and your sense of self. Finally, the most powerful and important thing you can do is to dedicate yourself to rebuilding your life and your sense of self. This is a profound and transformative process that requires both patience and courage. You have been through a deep psychological trauma, a kind of abuse that damages your core sense of who you are. Because of this, it's essential to give yourself the time, the space, and the profound compassion needed to heal completely. You need to begin the delicate work of reconnecting with your own emotions, listening to your true desires, and rediscovering your authentic self, the person who existed before the abuse and the person who you are meant to be. This is about creating a new life for yourself, one that is truly your own and filled with genuine love, genuine connection, and genuine happiness. From a psychological perspective, this journey of rebuilding is the ultimate act of self-love. It marks a pivotal moment where you consciously choose to stop being a victim of their trauma and instead embrace the powerful role of a survivor on your own healing journey. This is where you begin to actively reclaim your own peace of mind, your own sanity, and your own life. This is the definitive key to your ultimate freedom, as it represents a permanent shift. It is a moment where you stop trying to convince them of your truth, a futile and exhausting effort, and you start to live your own truth, unapologetically. This is, without a doubt, the most powerful and liberating thing you can do to reclaim your own peace. By focusing on creating a new life filled with real, heartfelt love, honest connections, and true happiness, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. So, what does this all mean for you? The path to healing from narcissistic abuse is not to change them, but to change your own response to them. It is to embrace a philosophy of radical acceptance, radical detachment, and the power of no contact. It is to surrender the need for them to see your truth and to embrace a new, more powerful reality, where you are the one who is in control of your own peace. You are not a person who is hated. You are a person who is a threat to a disordered mind. You are a person who saw the truth, who stood up for yourself, and who had the courage to walk away. And that is a powerful and beautiful thing. Thank you for joining me on this profound journey of enlightenment. If this video has helped you to better understand your experience, please consider sharing it with someone who might be struggling. Your support helps us to reach and empower more people. And of course, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more guidance on your path to recovery. Until next time, stay strong, stay aware, and keep choosing your peace.